Okay, so this is first of a few programming videos that I'm just going to create as a series to just show my thought process of how I create programs. Just for the first video, I just thought I'd start with something simple. So we just have a little tip calculator. And the ultimate objective of this is just to take in a bill and then put a percentage of how much you want to tip the waiter, and then click calculate, and ultimately it's going to give you the total bill with the tip included onto that. And we do take a little bit of input that can take into account with try-catch clauses that will take into account for incorrect input. So if I were to do is just put incorrect here, and it'll give me a little error message. So let's get rid of that. Let's put $90, and then we'll put 15%. And then calculate that, and it'll give that, and it'll round the value up to the nearest 2 decimals. So for example, if we were to do 15.1%, it's going to round that up ultimately to the second decimal there. So yeah, to show how the program ultimately runs, we got our main public static void main where the program enters. And then with this, we're ultimately calling all of the different methods that ultimately will run the program and create the little visual interface for the user. And whenever we click the calculate total button, then it's going to go through here. We have the event handler. This is where it's going to catch it, and this is where we use a little bit of abstraction. So we ended up setting the bill. We end up setting the tip. So with those methods, all it's going to ultimately do is just create the values over here, assign the values there, and then once we run the calculate total, we're going to take in the call a getter for the bill, getter for the tip, and that's ultimately where we're taking in here and here. And with this, ultimately, the first time we're going to run it, we're going to try and just convert this from string to making this a double so that we can make mathematical calculations with it. We want to try this, and this is where we do the input validation to make sure that the input is going to be of numbers that we can work with. And then from here, we're ultimately just running a few math functions here to just make sure we can get the total. And we do run this in another try here, and we've got our outputs where we're just going to pop up with a little error message at the bottom, as you saw in that program, in case we come across any issues. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much how it works. I'll definitely be sure to upload the project along with a little bit of code if necessary on GitHub. But otherwise, this will be it for the first video.